Alright, this is an update to the video I posted earlier. You can see it's still printing. It's doing the infill. I think it's about a 20% infill. Since I have the G code and the temperatures and the flow rate and everything proper, there's not likely to have any cracking. And to show that, these are three of the same hand. These are the right hand, the right hand version of the thing. I'm currently printing the left hand version of the thing so that I can have both right and left hand, more for display purposes, not because of anything else or that the thing was ever left-handed. But this is a left-hand version, and I wanted to print it in ABS as well to show that there's no clogging or blockages or any problems with the delivery of filament through the hot end. And I mentioned earlier that the hot end has a little small piece of blue BOWDEN tube as a heat break. This keeps the white BOWDEN tube off of the hot end, or right off the block, off the nozzle in fact. So that way you don't have to worry about any curling or any gapping between the BOWDEN tube and the nozzle, because the blue tube, the blue BOWDEN tube, takes care of the gap that could appear between the coupler and the nozzle. Since the coupler, there's like a added ring or spacer, and then the blue tube, then the nozzle. Since they're compressed properly, they're not likely that any filament will ooze out through any gaps in that setup. So I can literally remove the BOWDEN tube anytime I want. It doesn't have to be pressed against the nozzle because it's located or it's locked in up here. So that solves the problem. So you can continue to use the white BOWDEN tube because the blue tube has a smaller inside diameter, which causes friction, and that can be a problem. So if you keep the white BOWDEN tube, that delivers the filament. You have the small piece of blue high temp tube between the white tube and the nozzle. That's the heat break, and you're good to go. You don't have to have changed over a hot end, with a metal heat break, which you have to change everything. You've got to do so much to get that in there, when if you just want to leave the hot end as it was designed from the factory and simply drop in a piece of blue BOWDEN tube, the little spacer, thread in the coupler, and you're literally the same exact hot end as you started with. You just added a heat break, which is the blue BOWDEN tube in line with the system here. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that's what I'm doing. The printer is literally as it came out of the box. You can see my temperature of the bed is set for 0. That's the room temperature. It's 0 set point. So the room temperature is about 28 Celsius. We got the nozzle sitting at 245. And it's working as you see it. I don't want to say, oh, it's working great or whatever. You can see what it's doing, all right? You can see how it's printing. You can see the infill. You can see there's no brim or any Elmer's goo stick glue, because the purple glue would be obvious there if it was there. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. These have been printing one after another. And again, I wanted to be a little different on the fourth one there, so I turned it into a left-handed version, and there we are. So there we are. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I don't really have to say anything. You can see the printer working right now for itself. You can see that back fan there is my ventilation. There's a little bit of a draft here, which is fine. It pretty much pulls away any kind of fumes that are created by ABS. When it's heated. You can see that's the plastic extruder. I keep showing that. That's the original plastic extruder that came in the box. Keep the body, change the arm. If you have to change the arm, it's like $3, takes like 5 minutes, and you're back to printing. No E-step changes, no calibrations, no bullshit that you have to deal with later that this particular extruder will never have. It will never have the problems that the metal one seems to have all the time. I read all the little news groups things, and I see constantly things that are happening that would happen to that one, but never to this one. So people change the whole damn thing, when technically the body's still good, the arm can be changed. It's like 5-minute job and you're back to printing. It's so simple. I mean, give it a try. You know, what can it hurt? Anyway, there you go. I don't know what else to say. My springs are the same that came in the box. There's not the rubber, chunks of rubber or silicone cubes or whatever. Not the yellow springs. These are the original springs. Everything came in the box and is still being used today. All right, I'm now printing on glass, but that's user's choice. That's not an upgrade or an update or whatever. It doesn't change how the filament is being extruded. Okay, an upgrade would change the filament extrusion. So basically, this is my choice. I could print on a piece of cardboard if it worked, but in this case, I'm printing on something that's known to be flat, so I don't have to worry about an electronic gizmo here compensating for any highs and lows, because with a flat surface to begin with, there's nothing to compensate for. All you have to deal with is distance. This is distance, the thickness of a piece of paper. That's it, piece of paper thickness all the way around. That makes sure it's level. The glass, the mirror tile makes sure it's flat all the way around, and you're good to go. I mean, it's right here, you can see it right here for yourself. I'll post a few pictures when this is done. It's going to be probably another, indicates remaining time, about another 8 hours. So this is about a 10-hour print. So anyway, so here we go, 10, 20, 30, be 40 hours, no clogs, no blockages or anything like that to deal with. I don't even have to tram the bed because I've already did it at the beginning when I did the first one. So we're good. Happy printing.